What's up, soccer players? Welcome to another video by the Football Physios, where we cover everything in the world of soccer, fitness, and rehab. If you're new here, my name is Andy. I'm a physical therapist, fitness coach who specializes in working with soccer players. In this video, we're going to be talking about speed and how you can get faster. I might just go off in this video. A lot of players always say, I want to get faster, I want to improve my speed, I want to improve my acceleration. But the actions that these players take just don't back up what's coming out of their mouth. So speed, right? There's a lot of ways you can improve it throughout the season, throughout the off season. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to break down the different layers of speed training, because there's levels to this. And we're going to break down each level and what's required and what the benefits of each are. Now, the base level of improving speed is where most players are, meaning zero speed training at all whatsoever. Most players simply do not participate in speed training. Now, why? Because most often speed training sessions will require just you, no ball, no technique work for about 15 to 20 minutes. And it's very rare to see that in a team training session. And the older you get, the more you're not participating in speed training, the slower you get. And if you are, for whatever reason, getting faster because you're naturally gifted, guess what? You could be even faster if you did speed training, which is why the next level up is simply microdosing speed training throughout your week. Well, that brings up the question of, what is microdosing? A microdose is exactly what it sounds like, a little sprinkle into your week. A great example of microdosing speed throughout your week is, let's say on a match day +2 or +3, you say, you know what? I'm going to arrive to training 15 minutes early, and I'm going to do a quick dynamic warm-up and 2 to 3 sprints between 20 and 40 meters. If you do that twice a week, the amount of time you spend on just getting faster will be so much throughout the entire year, and you will benefit. And you may think to yourself, well, that's not a lot of time. Well, guess what? The number one way and absolute essential to getting faster is going to be exposing your body to your top speed multiple times per week. And guess what? In a team training session, you likely aren't going to get that, especially if you're training in small spaces. You need to run 20, 30, 40 meters in a row with the intention of getting as fast as possible in order to reach your speed. And if you're not getting within 10% of your top speed during a sprint training session, you're not getting faster. But if you can microdose twice a week before your training sessions, either before matches or at least 3 days after a match, you will be in great shape to get fast. Now, we talked about the players that are doing nothing. Then we talked about the players that can microdose speed. The next level to that is taking your microdosing throughout the year and complementing that with a true off-season training program. Now, what is this going to allow you to do? It's going to allow you to address different concepts other than just running as fast as possible. Now you can look at things like your sprint technique. How is my technique during the acceleration phase in the first 0 to 10 meters? Versus how is it in that more top speed range from 20 to 40 meters? What am I actually looking at, and what do I need to improve form-wise to improve my top speed, which will directly translate into the game? Now, of course, these sessions take longer. They require more time and more attention, which is why if you're short on resources, it's a little tough to sneak that in to the middle of the season. But if you can dedicate a few weeks to that in the off season, the improvements that you'll make will stay with you the whole year, especially if you continue to microdose. Now, we're getting to the top of the speed improvement period. We talked about the players that are doing nothing. We talked about the players that are microdosing. We talked about the players that are complementing that with a good off season. Now, at the top, if you really want to improve your speed, you need to be in the gym. You need to have a solid whole year-long strength and conditioning program that takes into account speed, acceleration, change of direction, strength, power, everything, and it needs to be integrated properly within your soccer schedule. Now, the off-season, of course, it's a little bit easier to prioritize the physical demands, but once you get into the regular season, especially playoffs, postseason, if you have them, you have to be pretty careful about what days you do certain things. And for that, you're definitely going to need the help of a strength and conditioning or fitness coach. Now, if you're interested in learning more about that, I'll probably make another video about how I would structure speed and strength and conditioning sessions throughout a week of soccer. I'll probably link that in the description below if I do make that video. But if you do want me to make it, leave it in the comments below. So be like, hey, I want to see a sample week for a soccer player who wants to get faster, who also has a busy season. So if you guys want to see that, put that in the comment section below, and I'll catch you as soon as I can. Peace and love. See y'all next time.